Jim Flaherty acknowledged today there are no goodies in his new budget, but there is something intriguing, a national snitch line to turn in tax cheats. It's part of the government's plan to raise money without raising taxes. Our senior correspondent Terry Malewski has been looking into the reality of cracking down on cheats. Terry.
Well, Wendy, making sure that the numbers show a disappearing deficit may have involved some wishful thinking. One example is the government's pledge to get billions of dollars out of tax cheats.
Canada could be losing as much as $80 billion a year.
Tax expert Dennis Howlett says there may be a gold mine of unpaid taxes out there, but the government's not going to find it.
Well, unless there are additional resources going into collecting that money, it's hard to see how they're going to raise that.
Jim Flaherty's budget predicts huge gains from increased tax collections. It says closing tax loopholes will produce $4.4 billion over 5 years. And it says tax compliance programs will bring in another $2.4 billion for an impressive total of $6.8 billion. But it may be imaginary.
We don't know how much evasion there is until we go after it. And we're going after it.
But are they really? Consider where the serious money is. Offshore tax havens where billions are said to be stashed away out of sight of the tax man.
There are no additional resources for Canada Revenue Agency to go after tax cheats using tax havens.
That's a problem because so far Canada's tax auditors haven't even come close to collecting billions from offshore accounts. In fact, they assessed just $388 million over the last 5 years. And that's just assessed, not collected.
It may mean that, they've sent a bill to these people to say pay up, but they haven't actually got the money.
Besides that, the Canada Revenue Agency itself has less money. Its budget is being cut.
They're cutting 300 CRA inspectors. So how exactly they're going to do this crackdown remains unclear.
How can you budget increasing collections from taxpayers at a time when you're cutting the very agency and the people you need to collect the money?
The government does promise closer tracking of cash transfers and a snitch line for turning in cheats, but it's a long way from collecting billions.
Now, experts do agree there are billions to be had, but they say it's costly to track it down and maybe collect. Without that investment, they say, don't count on it. Wendy.
Thanks so much, Terry. Terry Malewski.